Welcome to Shiny Colors everyone. Let's learn and explore this lesson today. Here is the image and here is the drawing. If you want, you can download and draw it. Let's start with the upper part. I'm using light red or Venetian red mixing with blue, that is ultramarine blue, and green, viridian green, and I'm trying to make the tree trunk. You can say they are small shrubs and small height trees, not very big. And here are the stones. They are far, so they are small, so less detailed, and quickly we will give the fine and stony kind of effect on that. I have left the bigger rock, bigger stone, so that we can give details later on. Give the details on the smaller one too. I'm using the same color, blue and light red, and here I mixed little black to make it dark, and you can add little more blue as well. Give the finer details, okay, with dark and light color. Keep the values proper because that is the main thing, and try to make the background little more light and subtle. Now we will start with the bigger rock and I will give the shadow first. So for the shadow I am using light blue color, and on the edge where it is touching to the water I used blue and red color, same again. Give little texture on the stone so that it will not look flat, and the part of the stone that is touching the water will be little dark. And give more and more detail by seeing the reference picture. Keep that your colors should not be very opaque and thick. They should be very transparent and loose, because transparency is the main key of the watercolor. And if you keep maintain that transparency, your painting will look beautiful. And I'm trying to make the water and little yellowish effect. For the yellowish effect I am adding little raw sienna color, okay. And here again I am trying to add more stones, more values, more shadow and more shape. So you need to remember that shape and value is the most important thing that I keep telling in all my videos. If you are watching all my videos, you will know how much focus I give on the values and on the shapes, because everything is related to that. Even if you make portrait, even if you make a stone, even if you make water and whatever, if your shapes are matching properly, you will be able to make anything anywhere. And I'm trying to match the shape and trying to match the values as well, so you can see the aerial perspective properly, where you see where the far things looks lighter and little hazy, not very clear, and as the things comes closer they will be very clear and sharp. Now I'm again giving the front area that is under the water. So for that everything has to be done in wet on wet. Apply little lavender color, then raw umber, and then I used little green color. I mean, you can say green I made with raw umber and ultramarine. Do that and make the stone shape with that, and make the shadow of each stone's bottom part. You need to make the shadow, and top part you need to leave for the light. Now you see because it is under the water, they have to be very loose and light. They should not be very sharp and precise. And your paper should not get dry by the time. You should use plenty of water, and you have to be little fast so that when you work on these underwater rocks, they will be loose and they will look very light, so that you will show that they are under, they are not on the top of the water. So very clear and very precise. They have to be loose, they have to be mingle with each other. The water surface is there on the top, so because of the waves and all, they will be little light and loose. All right. And again make shadows, because the light is coming from the top, so each stone will have dark shade under it, or a little bit on the bottom side. So we will do that. And now I'm making the shadow. For the shadow I use turquoise blue on that area particular where the stone shadow is coming on the water. Precise the shape now. Properly leave some white for the water level, where the level is touching the stone. Okay, make some ripple effect. This part is also wet, so when you do this part, your paper has to be wet. Okay, otherwise it will not give you the proper and loose effect that we want. Okay, so you see how beautiful it is already looking. Now when we give the dark water, it will look very beautiful. So when I say aerial perspective, when I say values, there is something you need to master the fundamental of drawing. So I do have a book that is called Mastering Drawing Fundamental. This is the amazing book to keep and refer the fundamental of drawing. Starts from the fundamental and classical drawing. It has everything: perspective, still life, outdoor, indoor, portraiture and figure as well. So keep this book. The link is given in the description box. Click the link to buy the book, and we will dispatch as soon as we get the order. Now I'm using Viridian green color, using the raw sienna and little bit blue color for these details, and mixing with the blue, it has become dark, so we'll make the stone shapes, and those are far, so it has to be smaller. So you remember, the front stones are big, and as we are going back, the stones are becoming smaller. So keep remember this thing. Watch the video till end, then you see how much learning you are going to have, and see the ripples, how you can make the water pattern. That is also important. This is the big another rock that is on the side, so I left the space there. Okay, and now keep on precising, keep on giving the wash. Only remember, the paper has to wet. If it dries, then you will get the very hard edge and it will not look beautiful. Now again make the pattern of the water, and I'm making a little dark, especially on the shadow side. When the light is falling on that side, here you have to keep the light properly so that you can show the contrast and make the ripples. Basically try to give as much details as you can so that your painting will look beautiful. Now at this stage we have done with the basic wash, and now I am giving more and more details. The details, when you give, only remember it should not be very dark and heavy so that it will look opaque, and the outline should not be very precise. You have to be very careful when you give the outlines and when you give the shades and values. Now here I am again using raw sienna and viridian green and trying to make the water pattern, and I am now precising the shadow shape. So you see the shape of that white rock that is falling on the water. We have to make that properly, and at the same time make the patterns of the ripples. They are differentiating the shadow. The shadow, that green color shadow, is basically the shadow of the trees. They are on the top, that is not covering in our picture frame. And make the ripples, make some more stones underwater here that we can see. So here also you have to make the paper wet when you do. In case if your paper dry, then you have to spray, or you can just apply some light water with the brush. That also you can do, but the paper has to be wet when you give the details, because when you give the details, it has to be soft because it is the underwater area. So we have to give the edges very soft. Now see how beautiful it has come, and you can see the underwater effect, so beautiful. Keep the dark, leave the white or leave the light, stay on focused so that your perspective will be correct, your lines and your edges, your values, everything is on the track. Then only your painting will look good. See the reference picture and see the painting, how beautifully it came. Give the smaller details so that your painting will look more beautiful. Keep the contrast little bit more, because the contrast will make your painting attractive, and people will willing to paint or willing to buy. They want to keep this and in the home, and they want to definitely be amazed when they follow the lesson. So it's very important when you do good thing, I mean good observation, good translation onto the paper, and end result, first thing you satisfy, and the other thing, it's like your product is ready to sell or it's ready to teach to someone. How amazing it is. Give more details. You have to be a little consistent to get practice like this, because it requires a little consistency and practice to achieve this type of skill or this type of result when you do watercolor, because watercolor is little unpredicted, and it will come when you do multiple paintings and you know the different moods of water, like when watercolor like change the mood, how to handle that. With that, I'm almost done. I really enjoyed making this painting. Do subscribe my channel and share it with your friends and family. Hit the bell icon so that you will aware when I upload my next video. See how beautifully it came. Loved it. Wonderful. If you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends and family, subscribe the channel, and I will see you in the next lesson.